Hello, my dear Scorpios. Thank you for joining me. It's lovely to be with you today. I'm doing these videos live because I've noticed that not as many people watch my monthlies as they used to. So I'm doing something wrong. You're not getting something out of the monthlies that you used to get. So I'd appreciate your feedback. What I do is I look at your strengths during the month. I look at where you're supported by the astrology, and I don't often go into what's not supported, what doesn't really work. Would you like me to include that? Is there something I'm not giving you? What would you like to get out of these readings? Tell me so I can tweak them and I can give you what you need. Because the only reason I make these videos because I love astrology, and also is I want to give you guys, Scorpio and everyone else, a heads up in terms of the month that's coming. And if I can improve it, then win-win, right? Now, this is May. The first 4 days of May, you've got the Moon, Chiron, Venus, Mercury, and your midheaven sitting in Aries in your 6th house. Also, if I'm too jargony, then tell me that. And I can just say, so your work, the way you think, what you love, self-healing and feeling comfortable is all really, really important to you at the beginning of this month, especially in your working life situation, in your daily routine, and in your body. And you're determined to overcome any obstacles to make yourself feel better in those areas. Hi, Scorpio rising. Hello, nice to see you. You're a bit okay. Hello, hi guys. Hi, peace. Lovely to see you. Oh, we did a reading recently, didn't we? Okay, so first 4 months, that's the priority. So if you want to change your daily routine, your commute, or where you live, moving in a way that's more convenient for you, then go with that. It's gonna. Hi, Jez. Always nice seeing you. Then that's a way to take care of yourself. On the 4th of May, we have a new moon in Taurus, and a new moon, I've made a separate video on this. Check out the video for more details. But for you Scorpios, it's important to know that it's in your 7th house of relationships. Now, the new moon is when the sun and the moon sit together. The moon is pulling in lots of Taurus energy so that it can recharge its batteries for its next monthly cycle. So you're pulling in loads of Taurus energy. Taurus is your opposite. You as a Scorpio are into emotional control. Taurus is into financial, physical control. So the two of you are kind of a good match. So Uranus sits on that as well at 3 degrees in Taurus. In your 7th house, it means that all month you're going to know what to do practically in your relationships. So how to initiate a new romantic relationship, how to placate a family member who resents you, how to communicate more effectively with a coworker, what format to communicate with another person through, what they find easiest. You're really going to find the practical way of creating as much connection with other people as you possibly can, and it's a wonderful time for you to find relationships and love and romance as well, and to turn your dreams into reality. You've got Neptune, the dream planet, in your 5th house of romance and children, and you've got all this fiery Aries energy and work. So those are the 2 parts that are highlighted: work and getting your way and improving it, and also understanding other people and knowing what practical action to take to get the relationship going, to get it to work. On the 7th, the communication planet Mercury joins your Sun, your Uranus, and your transiting midheaven in your 7th house. So you communicate and think on a very grounded, practical level. What I mean by thinking in a practical level, it's like if you want to pray and you're a Catholic, then you have your beads and your rosaries and you light a candle, and that's a ritual. It's a practical way of connecting with something spiritual. And if there's a ritual involved, or if there's some sort of grounded process, then that works for you. So if you're trying to pick someone up in a bar, then it's the stool that you sit on next to the person who's having a dirty martini. That's the practical way of getting to know that person. Also, what you're going to be examining and what you're going to be clear about is where you're unconventional and you have great insight into yourself, and what you do that may be a bit unusual and that other people habits that other people don't have. So you understand yourself much better this month, and that then leads to understanding of who's a good match for you and how to communicate with certain people. Maybe to create more distance with someone who gets offended very easily by you. That whole energy lasts until the 16th. So you've got the first 2 weeks and a couple of days to really examine your relationships and to gain control over them. And you like that as a Scorpio. Hi Lala, love your name. It's so cute. In a practical sense, so you can make the most out of your relationships with employees, family members, lovers, children. You can really get a lid on that and be in a place where everything is running along smoothly and your relationships work. You're a Scorpio. That's perfect, because this reading is for Sun sign Scorpio. Then check out your rising sign video. And if you need even more information, check out the video for your moon. On the 16th of May, Venus, the planet of love and beauty, joins all that energy in your 7th. So now love joins the relationship sector. So you really think with love now, how you can, who you love, who you don't love. And you can do a spring clean here. So a Facebook cull. People who just drain you. People who pull you down. You don't have to put up with that. I'm great, thank you. And I was saying earlier that I've noticed that the views for the monthly horoscopes are going down. So at the end of this reading, please ask me questions so that I understand what you guys want to get out of these readings. And then once it's up and no longer live, continue to give me feedback on what you'd like to see in these monthlies, so that they give you what you need, because there's no point in me making them if they're not helpful to you. It's just me doing what I love, but it's not helpful to you, which is pointless. So Mars also moves into Cancer on the 16th, and Mars is now in your 9th house of travel, education, expansion, broadening your horizons, moving, going on holiday. And this is lovely because it's about nurturing yourself and it's about nurturing a relationship. So the first 2 weeks, you've really examined relationships. And if you now have something really hot going on with another person, the big benefit here for you Scorpios is that you're very likely to have good relationships overall, but that you can also create a really wonderful, romantic, intimate relationship. And from the 16th onwards, to go on a holiday with that person or a weekend away will be magical. Now, on the 18th, there's a full moon, and it's in your sign of Scorpio. Again, I'll make a separate video on that. Is transiting Mars dangerous? No. What it will do, it will provide energy to what's in your natal chart, and it may add some aggression to it. Motivation and fire, but it's not dangerous. So the full moon is in Scorpio in your first house. You're showered with your own energy, so you're going to feel absolutely wonderful and in your own skin. The other signs are going to have to absorb your energy, so they'll have to come to terms with this intense, emotional kind of knowing, healing, and sometimes dark energy, because you're not afraid to look at the dark stuff, because you guys are like phoenixes rising from the ashes. You're not afraid to look at the taboo and the difficult, because you can pluck it out and transform it. You're transformers, you know, like the machines. So this full moon in Scorpio is going to just make you feel wonderful, and it's another opportunity to really use that for a romantic relationship and to be so intimate and have an intense experience with someone you love. The full moon is a blue moon. Is that right? I don't think so, because I think we only have one full moon this month. Let me just check. A blue moon is when you have more than one moon, more than one full moon in a month. So I'm just going to look at the lunar phases. Give me a second. New moon on the 4th of May, full moon on the 18th of May, new moon on the 3rd of June. So no, it's not a blue moon. It's not, because we only have one full moon in May. So that other astrologer, I don't know, may have got the wrong end of the stick or something like that. We've only got one full moon. It's in Scorpio. It's in your sign. It will really empower you and make you feel like you have control and the practical means to live your best life, especially with other people. Try and keep your questions short, because if you write paragraphs like that, I can't read them. They fade too quickly. On the 21st of May, you've got the Sun and Mercury going into Gemini in your 8th house. So your identity, the way you think, Mercury rules Gemini, so it's very, very happy in that sign. You're able to create opportunities to get into a new company or a new business, or a new working opportunity arises as a result of your wonderful relationships that you've built up over the month. So whether you've known it or consciously or not, you've been networking, and because you've been talking to all these people and you've come across as lovely and wonderful, someone may offer you a job in the final week of May. So to recap, for you guys, Scorpio, the bonus, the good luck that you're going to be experiencing is in all of your relationships. Also the clarity you have about relationships, what serves you, what doesn't. And in the middle of the month, you can really have a couple of wonderful, intense, emotional days with your lover from the 16th until the 20th. Try and take some time for the two of you just to be together. If you're single, it's a great month to find a partner. And if you are already in a relationship, it's a great time to make your hopes and dreams come true by communicating that. And then at the end of the month, because you're such a great people person, you're offered a position probably, or you're offered an opportunity that's really going to be positive for you. So guys, do you have any questions on that? Any questions for Scorpio in May? How can we navigate if our rising and sun signs suggest opposite things in monthly horoscopes? Well, then you have, so if your sun sign says that you're really blessed when it comes to travel and education, and the other one says you're really blessed in romantic relationships and staying home with family, then you can combine those and go on a holiday with people you love. So you try and find a way to combine them. And that's why I say, watch the one for your sun sign and for your rising sign, and only your moon sign if you really, really need to, because watching two of them is already enough info. And if you try and combine them, that's already enough. Namaste. Thank you so much. I'm not pulling cards, I'm doing a horoscope for Scorpio. Jez, for job offer, I'll say opportunity as I'm in a fab job. Okay, so maybe you'll get an opportunity to make your job even better, Jez, by talking to your colleagues or your boss, and just, you'll naturally have great relationships with them, and they may offer you something within your existing job, a task, an activity that you find even, that uses your skills and talents even more, and that you just thrive on and are thrilled about. So that's what I get for you for Scorpio. If you would like a personal reading with me, then please get in touch via my website, gregoryscott.com, and just click on book your readings, or go to the readings tab. For me, please, someone says, for me, please offer a job. So that's what I've been saying during this video, that you build great relationships during the month, and in the last week of May, you're very likely to be offered a job. Is the focus only on romance, or can we take it as business partners? Absolutely, all of your relationships are good. Family relationships, business partners, colleagues, co-workers, and romantic relationships. It's in your 7th house of all relationships. Scorpios do rock, and that's what you thrive on this month. Your ability to have wonderful relationships and what that opens up for you. The doors just fling themselves open. Have a great month, and I will speak to you soon. And get in touch via the website gregoryscott.com for a personal reading, and check out the daily tarot readings and the weekly horoscopes as well. Kisses, and I'll speak to you next month.